Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson, the number one educator in the asset recovery business. Today, we have a success story. I am here with Marsha, and she just completed a 126,000 non-judicial claim in Alabama in the Surplus Funds Accelerator Program. So, Marsha, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about your deal.
Okay, so my name is Marsha, and first off, I'd like to start out by saying thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge and the fact that you share it with everyone. I think that that is extraordinary, and I really appreciate it. Taking your course has helped tremendously, and of course, you bringing Curtis on board and having him in on our class that first evening. When I heard Curtis speak and all of the things that he was offering us, it was a no-brainer for me. I instantly grabbed my phone and said, "Okay, I'm doing this." I had zero reservations, and everything that we've done along the way has he's just reassured just everything. It's been amazing. It really has. So
Absolutely. Yeah, so go ahead and walk us through your deal. So the Surplus Funds Accelerator Program is amazing because you guys have Kurt giving you guys vetted leads to the point where you can analyze the debt, you can see what the property sold for, you can see there's a surplus, and then you have all the contact information, and now the ball is in your park. All you have to do is contact.
right, right. Yeah, so basically, obviously you're constantly making phone calls, and I reached out to this client, and I left her a voicemail. But I knew that it was her voicemail, so I hadn't actually reached out to other family members or anything like that. So this was actually in February, like February the 2nd. And then the next day she sent me a text message, and it just said, "Hey, this is, you've reached the right person, but please stop calling my family members," and that sort of thing. And it was like all caps kind of thing where you could see she was really, really frustrated. And I thought, okay, this isn't directed at me because I haven't reached anyone else. I've
Kind
just
of group
contacted.
you in with the other companies contacting her.
Right. So, and I instantly felt for her because I put myself in her position and I wouldn't want that to happen either. So I went ahead and texted her back as professional and sincere as I could, just saying, "Hey, I'm so sorry that you're being bombarded with these calls, but I can help you." And then I put a couple little pointers in there about her claim, and I guess it just kind of hit. So we texted back and forth for. I was looking at my notes last night to be prepared for this, and it was actually 2 months that we went back and forth. And so I would think about her on occasion, and I'm like, I just feel like a tug to reach back out, so I would, and she'd respond, or she might not respond till the next week. So it was a lot of like, just kind of staying on top of it. And then finally, one day I sat down, I was working on my computer, and I got a text message from her just out of the blue. She's like, "Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk." And of course, I instantly reached out to Curtis because I was like, "What do I do? Help me out here." And I just didn't want to mess it up, with it being my first one. And so Curtis, of course, he was very helpful. And, so we, kind of exchanged the contact information and all of that. And so they scheduled a call. And so obviously I was able to listen into that call for training. And that really just sealed the deal for me, like hearing the situation that she was in, and her describing her family members and the things she's going through, and getting an eviction notice on her door, and she's pulling it off so her high school kids don't see it. And she's just trying to be like this tough mom and hold down the fort. And it just really touched my heart. So it was amazing to hear Curtis just it just seemed so effortless,
Oh yeah,
the way
yeah,
he
he's
talked.
a killer. Yeah,
It's remarkable. It
yeah,
blows my mind. And she, she was reluctant. She was scared. But she agreed. And so, he set up the notary. They met, she met with the notary and signed pretty much like, I guess, within a couple of days or so. So,
yeah. So that's awesome. So the point of contact is on you, right? You did the marketing, you got the initial contact, and then when it's time to transition, you hand it off to Kurt, and he takes care of everything else. So how does that feel on your end, knowing that you just need to make the initial contact? There's not really a lot of pressure on you, but of course you want to build the relationship. How does that look for you?
it seems way too good to be true. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
how in the world do you guys offer what you do? It seems like a really, really good gift to me, and I love it. And it
Yeah.
just makes me want to help as many people as I can, you
For
know.
sure. Well, it's the Surplus Accelerator Program, and this is the first deal that you closed. So we started this, was that the end of January when we started this, I believe?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
you got an initial contact with her in February, and then the check was paid out in April.
Hmm.
So I believe Kurt said from the day of submission to the day receiving the check was 33 days, which
33
is
days.
awesome because in this industry, sometimes we're waiting 90 days, 120 days, or even I just got paid on a California deal and it took me a year and a half. So
Yeah.
you got this under your pipeline, you got paid. How much was your success fee, by the way, on your first deal that you just got?
So it was about 3,500.
Nice, 3,500. And then also you got the initial investment back, right? The cost for the
Which blew my mind. Yeah, I was like, where did I miss that in our notes?
Yeah.
But
And then you got insight, you see how it works, you got your first deal, you got proof of concept, you've made a return on your investment. This is amazing. So what's the next step for you, Marsha? What do you plan on doing now?
again, it's very, very rewarding to me to help other people. So I just want to get as many folks as I can in my pipeline. I've done a lot of the back work as far as my website and became a notary and business cards and all. There's a lot involved that people don't
Yeah.
realize. So I've been doing that a lot behind the scenes. Luckily, I was at a point where I was home from work because I do have a full-time job.
Okay.
So I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm just constantly thinking about it. And I'm like, well, I've just got to sit down and do something, whether
Yeah.
it's just organizing things. And so I
Exactly.
would work from like 4 to maybe 10 at night sometimes. It's crazy. Like
Wow.
went to eat. I was just so passionate about it. And I still am, but yeah, now I've had to go back to work. So I can't invest as much time, but my plan is to just do as much as I can. I really enjoy working with Curtis and anything that I can do to help him or classmates or anything if they reach out for help. I'm in it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
It's
I'm sure
amazing.
they're going to reach out. So you guys have a lot of training as well, because with the Surplus Accelerator Program, Kurt also does trainings. And is there things that you've added from his training? Because Kurt is awesome when it comes to like the psychology with sales, how to talk to people, how to present value. Have you been able to implement that into your practice as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Definitely his scripts and just the way he talks to people. I'm like, you just want to suck it all out of his head,
Yeah.
and retain it all. He's just really amazing. He's very good at what he does. And I'm just honored that you guys share it with us. I really
Yeah,
am.
absolutely. Well, we thank you for taking action, getting this deal done, and I'm sure that there's many more deals to come. So thank you
Yes.
so much, Marsha, for sharing that with everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate it.